We want to look at the purpose of community gatherings and events. Purpose of community gatherings and events. Why are these important? Say this picture, a wedding. Let us discuss what we can see in that picture. This is a church setup, right? We have people here. Then these are the words: husband and wife, bride and groom. Then we have people who are celebrating. We have family members from both sides of the family, that is the family members of the husband, the family members of the wife, the family members of the groom, the family members of the bride. And this is a church setup, as we can see. Now, let us look at, or rather go through the reasons, the importance of community gatherings and events. Chekutanga, celebration. So when we talk about a celebration, and they allow people to celebrate special occasions like weddings or holidays. Celebrations bring joy and happiness to the community. So community gatherings allow people to celebrate important occasions. And these important occasions, we can give an example of weddings. So the importance, or purpose rather, of community gatherings is for celebration. Then B, support. During tough times, everyone has a tough patch at some point. Munhu wese anotombosangana nesituation yakamuomera. So during tough times, like funerals, gatherings provide comfort. So gatherings provide support and comfort. During tough times, like funerals, Panamo funerals. Friends and families come together to help each other feel better. So that is celebration, support. Then let us go to C. C is talking about sharing culture. So sharing culture, we experience this when we have festivals and cultural events, help people learn about their traditions. They celebrate using music, dance, and art, keeping the culture alive. So what are we talking about? Festivals and cultural events. Keep the culture alive through music, dance, and art. So there are many cultures and there are many cultural events. Let me talk about the Shona. We can have a cultural event where people are dancing to music, people are sharing art. Sometimes we can say people are sharing legends, oral traditions, folklore. And at our various schools, we might have traditional dance societies. That's an example. we want to keep our culture, our ethos, we want to keep it alive. Tiri kuda kuti hunhu hwedu netsika dzedu, mararamiro edu asafa, tiri kuda kumaselebrata. Saka tinoita sei? Tinoungana, totanga kuridza ngoma, hosho, toridza mabhosvo, totamba muchongoyo, totamba Jerusarema, totamba ngororombe neimwe mitambo yetsika dzedu yechishona. Mandebele pane mitambo yavo yavanoita: maZulu, maTswana, maXhosa, mapedi, makikuyu netsika dzakasiyana siyana dzine mitambo yadzo to keep the culture alive. So that's very important, sharing culture. Now lastly, we want to talk about building relationships. Remember, we said one of the importance of these events, one of the importance of these is strengthening relationships or friendships. These events help people meet new friends and strengthen existing friendships. So, meeting new friends, you meet new people there, meeting new friends, and strengthen existing relationships, or rather friendships. So how does this help? By creating a sense of belonging in the community. So panoungana vanhu paya, you meet new people, you meet new friends, and even with your own friends, the relationship will be strengthened, the relationship will be more fruitful. So that is the importance or purpose of community gatherings and events. Munogona kutiudzawo kuti chii chakakoshera ma-community gatherings and events. Let us look at activity 3.2. In a small group, discuss a community gathering you have attended. Let us say a wedding. We have many community gatherings we have attended. Share why it was important and what you learned from it. Saka tinogona kutora zvatadiscussa paactivity 3.1, then we expand upon it by activity 3.2, because activity 3.2 is a continuation of activity 3.1. Rather, let us look at exercise 3.2. Let us help each other with exercise 3.2. Now, with exercise 3.2, number 1 is saying list 3 purposes of community gatherings. So we are just going to list. The first is celebration. We can talk about supporting each other. We can talk about sharing culture and the others. But since the question is saying list 3 purposes of community gatherings, we have just listed 3: celebration, supporting each other, sharing culture. Number 2, explain each of the purposes explained in one above. So to explain each of these purposes, for celebration, we can just say people gather to honor special occasions. That's celebration. You can give an example, such as weddings. Then when we talk about supporting each other, people comfort each other during tough times. like funerals. Then sharing culture, people gather and share their culture through. So they are sharing their culture through music, dance, and art. Like this. So these are the explanations of the purposes we listed in part 1. Of course, you might have your own way of writing this, but just make sure it is correct and it is according to what we have learned.